Intrinsic motivation does offer numerous benefits, but relying on it exclusively can present limitations and challenges. And I'll just take you through just 3 or 4 of the main kind of challenges. The first one is that some tasks might not inherently spark interest or enjoyment in everyone. So in these situations, an initial reliance on extrinsic motivation might be necessary as a first step to actually get that initial kind of engagement. If an individual's initial interest in an activity is low, then external rewards or even the avoidance of, some form of discipline might be required to motivate the individual to actually participate. So extrinsic motivation can be a valuable tool for getting individuals to complete tasks that might otherwise be unappealing to them, of little interest. Now, one of the things that can happen is with this initial kind of external push, sometimes the development of intrinsic motivation or interest develops in that individual, because as they become more familiar with the activity or experience a kind of a sense of achievement or competence in performing it, then it can actually develop intrinsic motivation. Another one is that intrinsic motivation is not universally applicable to individuals or all tasks. People are naturally drawn to different activities based on their individual interests and values, and what one person finds intrinsically motivating, another might not. So factors such as behavioural preferences, personality traits, cultural backgrounds, all significantly influence what an individual will find inherently rewarding. So this inherent variability actually necessitates a very much a personalised approach when attempting to foster intrinsic motivation in team members. And finally, one important thing is that it's important to consider the potential for what they call potential for over-justification. Now, what I mean by that is offering external rewards for an activity that is already intrinsically rewarding, because that can actually lead to a decrease in intrinsic motivation. So if you offer a team member a reward for doing something, for doing a task that they actually find enjoyable, what happens is over a period of time, they start to attribute their motivation for doing that task to the external factor, to that external reward that you have offered them, rather than their own inherent interest and enjoyment. Now, what that does over a period of time is it starts to undermine their own sense of autonomy. And ultimately, it diminishes that intrinsic drive to engage in the activity in the future. So we have to be very careful about rewarding minimal effort. If somebody is already enjoying doing something, then actually offering reward for that, some form of extrinsic motivation for it, actually further reduces the likelihood of that individual finding that activity intrinsically rewarding in the future. So those are 3 of the kind of key limitations and challenges around that we're not often always aware of, we don't necessarily think about when offering some form of extrinsic motivation or reward.